Imagine a world where your survival depends on what you can hunt or gather for the day. This was the reality for our ancestors in the Paleolithic era. But as the Ice Age came to an end around 10,000 years ago, a shift began to happen. Humans started to transition from a nomadic hunter-gatherer lifestyle to a more settled existence, fueled by the domestication of plants and animals. This period, known as the Neolithic Era, or the New Stone Age, marked the dawn of agriculture. It was a time of profound transformation, as humans began to take control of their environment and their food sources. For the first time, they were not just subject to nature's whims, but were shaping it to their needs. The beginnings of this agricultural revolution can be traced back to the Fertile Crescent, a region in the Middle East known for its rich, fertile soil. Here, humans began to experiment with cultivating wild grains like wheat and barley. They learned how to plant seeds, care for crops, and harvest their produce. At the same time, they also began to domesticate animals. Goats, sheep, and cattle became sources of milk, meat, and hides. They were also used for labor, helping humans plow the fields and transport goods. The seeds of change were sown, and a revolution was about to unfold. The dawn of agriculture was not just about growing food, it was the first step towards a new way of life that would shape human societies and economies for millennia to come. With the advent of agriculture, human ingenuity was put to the test. As societies transitioned from a nomadic lifestyle to one of permanence, they began to develop tools and techniques that would revolutionize farming and set the stage for the modern world. From the dawn of this new era, our ancestors fabricated simple tools from stone, wood, and bone. They crafted hoes to till the soil, sickles to harvest crops, and grinding stones to process grains. These tools, although rudimentary by today's standards, represented a major leap forward in human capability. They enabled early farmers to cultivate larger tracts of land, increasing yields and paving the way for population growth. But tools weren't the only innovation our ancestors brought to farming. They also developed sophisticated techniques such as crop rotation and irrigation. By rotating crops, farmers could replenish the nutrients in the soil and increase its fertility. This technique allowed for sustainable farming practices, ensuring that the land remained productive for generations. Irrigation, on the other hand, marked a significant advancement in water management. Early farmers began to dig canals and ditches to direct water from rivers and lakes to their fields. This provided a reliable water source for their crops, making farming possible in areas where rainfall was inconsistent or scarce. These technological innovations, the development of farming tools, the introduction of crop rotation, and the implementation of irrigation systems, marked a significant leap forward in human development. They not only improved farming efficiency, but also allowed for the growth of larger, more complex societies. Our Neolithic ancestors may not have understood the full extent of their innovations, but their ingenuity laid the groundwork for the modern agricultural industry. These technological advancements didn't just transform the way we farm, they fundamentally changed the way we live. From the food we eat to the communities we build, these innovations have shaped our world in countless ways. As we continue to explore the Neolithic era, we'll see just how profound these changes were. The shift from nomadic to settled life brought about profound social transformations. The Neolithic era, often referred to as the New Stone Age, marked a pivotal point in human history. The advent of agriculture meant that humans no longer had to wander in search of food. Instead, they began to settle down, cultivating the land and domesticating animals. This shift towards a more settled lifestyle led to the formation of communities and villages. Picture this: small clusters of mud brick houses, granaries for storing surplus crops, and communal spaces for gatherings. These early settlements were the precursors to our modern cities and towns. But the transformations didn't stop at the physical landscape. The very fabric of human society was rewoven. Instead of the egalitarian hunter-gatherer groups where everyone had a similar role, farming communities saw the emergence of new social structures. Roles became more diverse and specialized. Some individuals focused on farming, others on crafting tools, and yet others on developing new technologies. These changes also brought about shifts in family dynamics. As people settled, families grew larger. The concept of private property emerged, and with it, the desire to pass on assets to the next generation. This led to the establishment of lineage and inheritance systems, concepts that are still deeply ingrained in our societies today. Interestingly, agriculture also led to increased social inequality. As some families became more successful in farming, they accumulated wealth, leading to a class-based society where some had more power and resources than others. This was a far cry from the relative equality of hunter-gatherer societies, yet these transformations were not without their challenges. Larger communities meant more mouths to feed, necessitating more efficient farming practices. It also led to conflicts over resources, marking the beginnings of organized warfare. The Neolithic Revolution, therefore, was not just about learning to farm, it was about learning to live together in larger groups, managing resources, resolving conflicts, and navigating the complexities of an increasingly stratified society. As societies grew, so did the complexity of human interactions. Agriculture didn't just change how we lived, it also changed how we traded. The Neolithic era marked the birth of a new economic era, where the surplus of agricultural products led to the emergence of trade. Before this, humans lived in self-sufficient societies where each family hunted, gathered, and cultivated their own food. But with the advent of farming, societies began to produce more food than they could consume. This surplus opened up the possibility of exchange. Imagine a Neolithic farmer with an abundance of wheat but short on pottery. A neighbor who had a knack for pottery but needed wheat could offer a solution, and thus a barter was struck. This system of barter, the direct exchange of goods and services without the use of a common currency, became the cornerstone of Neolithic economies. But that's not all. The surplus of food also allowed people to specialize in tasks other than food production. Some became potters, some weavers, and others builders, leading to the rise of diverse professions. This specialization of labor boosted productivity and innovation, as people could focus their energies on mastering a particular craft or skill. So, you see, the Neolithic era wasn't just about farming, it was about creating an economic structure that would shape the course of human civilization for millennia to come. Thus, the foundation of modern economies was laid during the Neolithic era. Stability in food supply did more than just satiate hunger. It fueled cultural development. With the advent of agriculture, societies were no longer nomadic. They became static, allowing for a sense of community to flourish. This newfound stability gave birth to a surplus of time, a commodity that was previously scarce. With this time, individuals were able to pursue more than just survival. They began to explore the realms of art, religion, and culture. Artistry, previously a luxury, became a common practice. From intricate carvings to elaborate pottery, the creative spirit of humanity was unleashed. Religion, too, began to evolve. The creation of communal and ritualistic spaces allowed for the development of shared beliefs and practices. These spaces became the cornerstones of early societies, fostering a sense of unity and identity. The Neolithic era was a time of cultural blossoming, leaving an indelible mark on human history. The echoes of the Neolithic Revolution resonate even today. This era, marked by the advent of agriculture, sowed the seeds of transformation that would forever change the course of human history. The shift from nomadic hunter-gatherer societies to settled farming communities triggered a domino effect of advancements in technology, economics, and culture that still impact our lives today. The advent of agriculture allowed for surplus production, leading to the development of trade and bartering systems. This in turn paved the way for modern economic structures. The settled lifestyle brought about by farming led to the formation of communities, and with it, changes in social structures and family dynamics. This laid the foundation for modern societal organization. The stability in food supply also fostered cultural advancements, as people had more time to pursue arts, religion, and other cultural practices. Truly, the roots of our modern world lie deep in the fertile ground of Neolithic innovation. The Neolithic Revolution wasn't just a change in how we grow food, it was a pivotal moment that planted the seeds of modern civilization. From the birth of communities to the rise of economies, the tendrils of this era are intertwined with our present. The fertile ground of Neolithic innovation has nourished our growth, shaping our societies and economies in profound ways. Thanks for joining VitaHUBKnowledge on this enlightening journey. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into our remarkable past. Keep exploring, keep learning.